Hello everyone, and welcome to your favorite 5 minutes afternoon news. I am Daniel Cajun, announcing from the most beautiful city, Mérida, Yucatan. First up today, we're traveling to Europe with an international note. Then, we will move back to some local news from the voices of Jimena Hernandez and Kemi Ruiz. And finally, we will have Ever Canul and Eduardo Camacho presenting in the technological area some interesting information about Elon Musk, who has tested his new creations in himself. We're starting off with some sorrowful events for the international session, because the Buckingham Palace announced that Prince Philip, husband of the Queen Elizabeth II, died last night at the age of 99 years old, due to a heart condition. This event seems to be affecting the British royal family. But the tragedy does not end here. Recently, new information has come to us. Because this morning, before the ceremony of the funeral of the Prince Philip in the Cathedral of St. George, the carriage of the Queen suffered an accident. Really surprising, right? When one of the wheels came off, causing a crash in front of the cathedral. This accident seems to be worrying the England community. Some authorities report that the Queen is at the hospital in a stable medical condition and with only a few scratches in her leg and on her right arm. The carriage has irreparable damage due to the age of this luxurious transport. The reasons why the wheel came off are unknown, but it must retain that the age of the vehicle is what caused this almost tragic accident.
Thanks, Annie. Right now, we are at the studio, all in bathing suits and summer clothes, because despite having air conditioning, the temperatures keep rising.
But we are very lucky. The temperatures we have reached are incredible. We even have exceeded the all-time highest temperature ever recorded. The city made a record 70 degrees Celsius.
That is true, Jimena. The meteorologists say it will rise more than 70 Celsius degrees. The possible temperatures we will reach are 75, 80, and 85 Celsius degrees. Whichever we reach, I'm sure it will be extremely hot.
These days, the city feels on fire. The past 4 days, 30 people have died of dehydration, but it hasn't been the worst. A man was walking down the street, and when he fell, the street set on fire all his clothes and burned his skin. Unfortunately, he died.
I cannot believe it. Never before had someone died in the streets of Mérida because of the intensity of the heat. I've heard about the local businesses that closed because of the heat, the tires that explode in the middle of the road, and even the thousands of hectares in our biosphere reserves that were consumed by fire. But not once did I hear something like that.
We got information from the hospital this morning. They say that there are people dying from burns and dehydration. The authorities say that the cause of the extreme heat is the fires inside the land and natural reserves around the city. That is why we feel like we are inside of a bonfire.
You're right. Wherever you look, you can see the smoke from the fires. Be careful and stay hydrated, everyone. We hope the weather in the city will return to normal soon.
Thanks, Kemi and Jimena, for the weather information. Now, it's your turn to be careful and be prepared for these extreme temperatures. And now, on a different note, we have Ever Canul and Eduardo Camacho giving us information in technological matters. Go ahead, guys.
Elon Musk, the important scientist that have made many contributions to the society and the technology world, is currently testing in himself his two newest creations, an assistant that it can be introduced in the brain of the people, and a mind reader.
His two projects are called the Mega Mind Reader 2000 and the Boxinator. Whichever he releases first, it can be a big step for the technology and the humankind, so he must be safe and sound to continue developing these innovations.
This experiment could harm Elon Musk if something goes wrong, but it's something dangerous to do even in the scientific field. That's why it is important that he think about his decision.
He is the head of their own operations. That means that it would be a tragedy if something happens to him and he ends up injured. It is essential that the project not be suspended.
Scientists and doctors in his team are concerned about his decision, but it's important that he look for other type of testers for the good of the society, the technology, and the science.
Thanks, Eduardo and Ever, for that creepy information. It's clear that the most amazing minds are also a little bit crazy. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and remember, Good Afternoon Mérida is your source for the latest and useful news around the world. We will see you next time.